L'Oreal is the world's largest beauty and cosmetic company headquartered in Paris, France. The company focuses on research, development, production, and marketing of beauty products, which are sold globally through both physical stores and online platforms. L'Oreal's core business is divided into four major divisions. First is the consumer product division. This division targets the mass market by offering affordable and easily accessible beauty products sold in supermarkets, drugstores, and online stores. Key brands under this division include L'Oreal Paris, Maybelline New York, Garnier, and NYX Professional Makeup. Second is the L'Oreal Luxe division. This division focuses on high-end and luxury beauty products such as premium skincare, makeup, and fragrance. Its success is driven by strong brand prestige and innovation. Major brands include Lancome, Saint Laurent, Armani Beauty, Kiehl's, and Prada Beauty. Third is the professional product division. This division provides hair care, styling, and coloring products, mainly for professional salons and trained hairstylists. It operates a business-to-business model and strengthens relationships within the beauty industry. Brands include L'Oreal Professional, Latrick, Redken, and Kerastase. Lastly, the dermatological beauty division specializes in science-based skincare products recommended by dermatologists and medical professionals. These products are mainly sold in pharmacies and clinics. Key brands include La Roche-Posay, Vichy, CeraVe, and SkinCeutical. According to L'Oreal's annual report, the company aims to achieve sustainable growth and long-term global leadership. One of its main goals is sustainable growth and market leadership by expanding in both developed and emerging markets while maintaining balanced growth across all divisions. Another important goal is sustainability commitment through its program called L'Oreal for the Future. This initiative focuses on reducing carbon emissions, improving water efficiency, and using sustainable and recycled materials. L'Oreal also strongly emphasizes innovation and research and development, creating advanced formulations based on science to meet changing consumer needs. Additionally, the company prioritizes digital transformation and e-commerce expansion to enhance customer interaction and global online sales. Finally, L'Oreal promotes inclusive and diverse beauty, ensuring its products meet the needs of different skin tones, hair types, and cultures worldwide. L'Oreal uses several international business strategies. First, to broaden direct investment, the company established production facilities and research centers in countries such as China, India, and the United States to reduce costs and respond to local demands. Then, acquisitions allow L'Oreal to enter new markets quickly. For example, acquiring CeraVe strengthened its position in the dermatological skincare market. Third, strategic partnerships and licensing help expand luxury brands globally while maintaining brand image. Lastly, L'Oreal follows a localization strategy, also known as Think Global Act Local, by adapting products, prices, and marketing strategies to suit local cultures and consumer preferences. L'Oreal continues to expand into high-potential markets such as China, India, Latin America, due to rising consumer demand and growing middle-income populations. China remains L'Oreal's largest market, with expansion focus on lower-tier cities and younger consumers, supported by strong digital retail growth. However, regulatory, economics, and cultural risks remain. India offers strong long-term growth driven by rising disposable income and local production, but face uncertainties such as exchange rate fluctuation, trade policies, and supply chain challenges. In Mexico and Latin America, L'Oreal is investing heavily to strengthen production and regional distribution. Despite high market potential, risks include currency volatility, political change, and strong competition.
L'Oreal Paris is part of the L'Oreal Group and operates in more than 150 countries worldwide, showing that the company is highly dependent on international trade. Its global business is organized into several major regions. First, Europe is one of L'Oreal's core markets, including countries such as France, the United Kingdom, Germany, Italy, and Spain. Second, North America, particularly the United States and Canada, represent one of the company's most important international revenue markets. Third, North Asia, especially China, along with Japan and South Korea, is a strategically significant region due to its large consumer base and influence on global beauty trends. In addition, Latin America, including Brazil and Mexico, and the Submena SSA region, which covers South Asia, Southeast Asia, the Middle East, and Africa, serve as fast-growing and long-term expansion markets. Overall, the wide geographical spread of L'Oréal Paris operations highlights its strong reliance on global markets, which makes its export performance highly sensitive to changes in international trade conditions. As L'Oréal Paris operates in more than 150 countries, its international trade performance is highly exposed to global changes. First, global and regional economic conditions influence export demand. Slower consumer spending in some markets reduce cosmetic imports, while stronger emerging markets increase export opportunities. This directly affects L'Oréal Paris' international sales volume. Second, exchange rate fluctuations play a major role. Since L'Oréal Paris earns much of its revenue overseas, currency movements affect export competitiveness and the value of foreign sales when converted into euros. A stronger euro can reduce demand, while weaker foreign currency can lower reported revenue. Third, supply chain and logistic conditions affect international trade costs. Rising transportation and production costs increase the cost of exporting, placing pressure on L'Oréal Paris margins and encouraging regionalized supply strategies. Finally, the political, regulatory, and competitive environment shapes export performance. Different cosmetic regulations and strong local competitors act as non-tariff barriers, increasing costs and intensifying competition in international markets. Overall, this factor shows that L'Oréal Paris export business is highly sensitive to global trade conditions, which directly influence its international sales, pricing, strategies, and profitability.
Now I will explain how L'Oréal uses the foreign exchange market. L'Oréal operates in many countries, so it earns revenue in different currencies. For example, sales in the United States are received in US dollar, while sales in China are received in Chinese yuan. Since L'Oréal reports in euros, this currency must be converted using the foreign exchange market. L'Oréal is exposed to exchange rate risk. For example, if the US dollar weakens against the euro, the value of US revenue will decrease. To manage this risk, L'Oréal uses the foreign exchange market for hedging, such as forward contracts, and to pay overseas costs in local currencies. Despite being explained whether L'Oréal issues its shares in foreign stock markets, L'Oréal does not list its shares directly on foreign stock exchange. Its shares are mainly listed on Euronext Paris and traded in euros. However, international investors can invest in L'Oréal. For example, investors from the United States and the United Kingdom can buy L'Oréal shares through the international brokerage platforms. This allows L'Oréal to attract foreign capital and strengthen its global investor base without listing its shares overseas. Next is the main currency used by L'Oréal. The first one is Euro. It is the main currency for L'Oréal as the company originated in France. Euro is applied as the functional and reporting currency for the group, meaning that L'Oréal prepares its consolidated financial statement using the Euro as the base currency. The second one is US dollar. USD is important currency for L'Oréal due to the company's extensive business activities in the United States, which represent one of its largest markets. The third currency is Chinese yen. The use of CNY supports L'Oréal market presence and facilitates daily business transactions within China as the country plays a significant role in the global beauty and cosmetic industry. The last main currency used by L'Oréal is Great Britain pound. GBP is utilized for business operations in United Kingdom and Ireland because it has substantial presence with a registered office in London. Next is the impact on exchange rate movement. For USD in 2024, the euro per USD exchange rate increased 12%. L'Oréal's revenue from US converted into euro translated into lower value compared to the start of the year. For Chinese yen, based on the graph in 2024, the euro per CNY exchange rate increased 7%, which means revenue and profit earned by L'Oréal converted into higher euro value. China-based operating costs converted into lower euro due to stronger CNY, which reduced expenses. Lastly, for Great Britain pound, the graph shows that in 2024, the euro per GBP exchange rate increased 3%. Revenue and profit earned by L'Oréal converted into lower euro. Operating costs such as expenses, utilities, and salaries decreased when translated into euro.
Next is the payment method used by L'Oreal. The first method is open account term. Payment method is when goods are shipped and delivered before the payment is made. For L'Oreal, open account terms are useful with long-standing and trusted suppliers where risk of non-payment is low. The second method is letter of credit. This method provides payment security for both buyers and sellers in international trades. L'Oreal, as importer, requests its banks to issue a guarantee to the supplier that payment will be made once specific conditions are met. Lastly, the advance payment. It means that by paying up in advance, L'Oreal ensures that the supplier has necessary funds to manufacture, prepare, or ship the goods on time. Lastly is the trade payment method used by L'Oreal. The first one is foreign exchange hedging instrument. L'Oreal uses hedging instruments such as forwards and options contract to manage foreign currency exposure arising from commercial transactions. This helps stabilize cash flow from imports and exports and minimize the impact of currency fluctuation on trade activities. And the second one is trade receivable. In L'Oreal's 2024 consolidated financial statements, net trade account receivable reported total of 602 million euro. The group records trade receivable arising from sales to customers in different markets, which indicates the extension of trade credit as part of its business operation.